Check the mic and make sure it sound right, boys.
What up, Taco Crew? It's Taco Tuesday as we prepare for pro wrestling life without Phil Brooks. What a difference a year makes, man. Wow. Let's see where this all takes us. Oh yeah, let's watch Dark. Let's go. What is going on, everybody? It's been a long time, man. I haven't seen you guys in God knows how long, man. Woo! What a day. What a day. But one man cannot rule the wrestling industry, guys. Unfortunately, we have tacos to give out still. And we're not going to waste our time talking about... I'm kidding. I'm fucking kidding. We're going to waste a whole lot of time talking about CM Punk, bro. That's what we do. That's what we do, bruh. Man. Guys. I don't know what to say, man. I don't know what to say. But I don't know how to feel about this, man. I don't know. Man. We just gotta we gotta play with the cards we're dealt, man. There's nothing more to do. I, for one, a year ago from right now, I was happy-go-lucky about pro wrestling, and I still am. I'm happy. I don't know about go-lucky, But the future just seems so fucking bright for a company like AEW, man. And we thought the one guy that can come in and put it over the top and make it even better turned out to be the downfall, man. Turns out it's probably gonna be the downfall, bruh. I don't know if this is gonna end well for Phil. but I know who this is going to end well for. PW Elite Fan 99, the newest member of the Taco Crew. PW Elite Fan 99, I appreciate you, bruh. And from me and all of the other Taco Crew members, we welcome you and we thank you. Man, oh man. So I got some news after the stream with JD. Josh Woods won with Tony Nese, by the way, for those keeping track. I got some news. Hey man, what can I say? Look, obviously, if I was able to just blurt out the information I got, I would. But I'll just say it like this, man. The repercussions that are coming are well deserved. They're well deserved. At the end of the day, there's a wrestling promotion that needs to be run. All right? And it needs to be run. It needs to be run smoothly. It needs to be a place that others will feel welcome to coming into to work, to show their wrestling abilities. So, yeah, man. Oh, man. Now we have another problem. How are we going to deal with this Punk situation and Marina Shafir at the same time, bruh? Not gonna lie, isn't it a little bit hard to focus on Marina Shafir when we get all this other shit going down in the locker room of AEW? But that's been the whole thing, man. That's the whole thing. The focus on Punk and these issues have gone too far. They have gone too far. There's a ton of men and women on that roster that worked their asses off, poured their hearts out into the ring for All Out. And the only topic of discussion coming out of All Out is all about one man. And everyone that one man called out in the media scrum. You know, and at the end of the day, you got to ask yourself, I don't know, man. Let's see what he does. Let's see what he does. But again, if what I heard, man, boy, you guys are gonna have a lot to talk about, man. A lot to talk about. Man, oh man. What happened, man? What happened? How did we get here? What is the absolute origin of all of this? What is the absolute origin of everything here? Is it Punk's bitterness? Is it the Bucks leaking information. I don't know. Is it Hangman? I don't know. To me, it seems like a man who goes off as bad as he did sitting next to his boss, to me, it seems like it would not have taken much to get him to this point. Meaning that if it wasn't one thing that got him here, it would have been something else. You know? What happens when the creative booking decisions don't go his way? What happens then? Does this blow up happen 6 months from now? A year from now? You know, what happens when something else comes up? Unfortunately, man, things come up. Things happen. You know? Situations happen. Disagreements happen. Nobody works anywhere. No one works anywhere on the planet Earth. Anywhere on the planet Earth. No one works with other people and never has a disagreement ever. You know, maybe at a cult or something. I don't know, but you're gonna come across disagreements. You're gonna come across, you know, issues. You're gonna butt heads on creative or maybe contract renegotiations. I mean, things don't go your way all the time. So was this gonna be the blow up whenever a big situation happened with Phil? Was this always in the pipeline, and it just so happened that this was the thing that set him off instead of the next thing? Marina Shafir won somehow. I don't know fucking how she won. Who cares? Serpentico versus Zack Clayton. So that's been my line of thinking since the live stream about an hour ago. Like if it wasn't this, it would have been something else. You know what I'm saying? Like everything, the only way I can see everything being completely hunky-dory is that if everyone does exactly what Phil wants when Phil wants it. If you're asked a question in an interview, you better answer your question the way that Phil wants it answered, or if not, we're gonna end up here. You know? If a story gets out about you doing something that's not true and you didn't do it, and Phil doesn't like it, this is how he's gonna act out. I mean, these things happen in pro wrestling, but this is not how you react to it, bruh. This is not what you do. Phil didn't start it, Leonard McCormick said. Leonard McCormick, I don't know if you were here or if not here, but in JD's live stream when I laid out this analogy that if someone were to come in, slash the tire of your car, then you find out about it, and then 2 weeks later you go to that person's house and then you shoot that person and kill him, you can't come back and say, well, he started it because he slashed my tire, so he started this. That's not a reason, bruh. That is not a reason to do what you did. You can't say they started it when you did this. If someone says, ha ha ha, your shoes look funny, and you pick up a baseball bat and whack them in the face and beat them down, you can't say, well, they started it because they said my shoes look funny. So Punk didn't start this is not an excuse. That's not a reason. It doesn't work that way, man. No one is saying that Punk is wrong for what he said. Everyone's saying Punk is wrong for how he went about taking care of it. Didn't they approach him backstage? Yeah. Did you see the scrum where Punk said, if you have an issue with me, approach me and talk to me? And then they did that, and then Punk swung on him, and now we're here. Bruh, you can't do that, man. You can't. You are literally at the top of the card and head of the company. You can't go out into a public press conference and call everyone on the planet out like that and then walk backstage and be like, oh, man, look, they approached me. Well, gee, Phil, let me tell you something, man. If I'm sitting in the same building with someone who said the shit that he said about me, I would be in their face as well, especially when he said, if you got a problem with me, then come to me. Because when they don't, Leonard, when they don't, and then Punk gets in front of another live mic, then he says, like I said in the scrum, I said, if anybody had a problem with me, they can come to me, and they didn't. See, they didn't. So now I'm here talking more shit. The words you say have consequences, bro. Not only the words you say, but the platform you choose to say them. And from what I'm hearing, it's about to be some heavy consequences, man. Some heavy consequences. The words they say have consequences. Like what? Like having you go on live television and air out dirty laundry? You mean to tell me Punk came to AEW under the pretense that wrestlers in the back didn't talk? He came to a company and figured that news leaks didn't happen. And now that it did, he's so shocked that he went out there and embarrassed the owner of the damn company. You sat there right next to your employer and tore his fucking house down. What did TK do? TK owns this company. Tony Khan is the one paying everyone. He's the one that financed the cameras and the microphone that Punk used to bury the fucking company. What did he do to deserve this? Because Punk is not burying the Bucks. He's not burying Hangman. He's not burying Colt fucking Cabana, who has not a single fucking penny involved in this shit. He's embarrassed the man sitting right next to him who signs his paychecks. That's a consequence of what? Of trusting this guy to help bear the flag for your company, and he goes out and does this shit? You pay him more money than anybody else in the company, and this is how he treats you? It's very fucking disrespectful. Very disrespectful. You go out there and say a bunch of people are acting like children, so what do? You go act like children with them? And people think that's right. Yeah. Punk did right. Yeah. Punk didn't go to his own platform or his own social media or hold his own press conference somewhere. He sat there in the media scrum of a pay-per-view where dozens of other wrestlers put in hard work to entertain the fans, sat there at the media scrum with the owner of the company and burned the company to the goddamn ground. And people want to say, well, they started it by talking. Get the fuck out of here, dude. Punk is wrong for what he did. I'm not sitting there saying he's wrong for being angry. All right, if that's any solace, I'm not saying he's wrong in the context of what he said. But again, there's a time and place for everything. And there's the world champion of the company doing it at the media scrum next to the owner of the company is wrong. It's flat out wrong, dude. If you think that's right, you would also be fired doing that bullshit. That is stupid. Stupid. Again, he slashed my tires first does not excuse you for killing them. That does not work that way. That is not an equal leveled response. Now, if you're out there and this guy slashed your tire and you say, hey, asshole, what are you doing? And then the guy comes at you with the knife, that's defending yourself, bruh. That doesn't mean you got a free do what I want to you card 2 weeks later. There's a difference. It's a very good analogy, Leonard, because CM Punk got mad at what Hangman did weeks ago, and he had weeks to bury it and fix it backstage. But he sat at home with his injury and waited till he got to a live microphone to escalate the situation as opposed to de-escalate it. And if I'm the guy who is paying you a shit ton of money, one of the things I expect for you to do is not sit next to me at a media conference and make me look like a complete schmuck. So if I own that company, I don't care what they did to Punk to get him this angry. He do that shit to me. My first, man, I invested a lot of money in someone to help me grow this company. All right. And if growing this company means we got to defuse some shit that some people are talking about me behind their backs, then that's what we'll work together to do. That does not mean get in front of a live camera and embarrass the hell out of me, my investors, the network, and everything that I've fucking built from the ground up. It's very disrespectful and rude to the rest of... Punk wants to talk so much about the wrestlers and the rest of the card. Let me ask you this. How does Punk think the rest of the talent feel about what he did? The tag team matches. People went out there and busted their ass, and now the only one people are talking about is CM Punk. People want to say Punk is right. Punk is not right because of the way he chose to handle his gripes. Punk may be validated in his gripes, but that don't mean the way he did it was the right thing to do. It was the absolute wrong thing to do. No one's saying he's wrong. No one's saying he's a liar. No one's saying anything except choose a better avenue to take that shit out as opposed to right there, you know. So he was wrong, man. Alex Ole, maybe Ali, with a $2 super chat. Thanks, bro. 3 weeks away from Grand Slam. Put title on MJF soon. Yeah, man. The title is gonna be another situation. The title's gonna be another situation, man. They gotta figure out what to do with that title. But that's the least of their concerns, man. That's the least of their concerns. The title and all that shit, that's all kayfabe, man. That's all kayfabe shit. The shit that he has to deal with is gonna dictate the future of his company. You know, TV rights deals and everything else, man. Financial backing. That's what's important right now, man. That's what's important right now, man. But to be honest, and this is just me and my personal opinion, I don't think CM Punk is a stupid man by any means. Meaning, I believe that Punk did what he did. I think he did it with the intention of getting himself fired, man. I don't think Punk said what he said on that stage thinking that he would not end up getting fired from the company for it. Here's what I think. I think Punk got fed up with the fucking shit talking and the rumors being spread by the Bucks. I think he personally got sick of it and tired of it, and he can't just walk away from a contract that he signed, but he can get fired for it. I think he tried to get fired to get out of working in that locker room. I think he was tired of being in AEW and he wanted out. That's what I think. Punk doesn't need the money. He doesn't give a shit about the money. Punk has money. I think he got tired of working there already within the year because of all of the shit that he has been. I'm not saying he hasn't been going through anything back there. He probably has been going through a lot of shit back there. Shit talking, politics, and this and that. And he said, fuck this. I'm gone. I think he got himself fired. I don't think he did what he did thinking, nah, I'm not going to get fired for this. Of course he figured he'd get fired for it. He's not stupid, man. He's not stupid. Tyler B. with the $10 super chat. It is completely unfair to try and blame Tony Khan for what Punk did. Should he have stopped him? Yes. Should he? Yes, he should have. But at the end of the day, Punk buried the company and the pay-per-view. I agree. You know, if Tony Khan would have, you know, stopped him and cut in and cut his mic and everything like that, maybe it wouldn't get as bad. There would still be all of the speculation about why'd you cut Punk off, what happened, what was going to happen, who knows. Maybe he figured Punk was going to stop at some point and not, you know, go all in the way he did, pun intended. And then he just said, okay, all right, I'll handle this shit later. And he just kept going. I don't know. You can tell he didn't agree with a lot of it. I don't know what he was thinking while it was going down in front of him. But at the end of the day, there's no way Punk thought that he can get away with this. That would take stupidity. And I don't think Punk is a stupid man. I think he knew what he was doing. I personally think he just wanted out and he can't just quit. Thank you very much, Tyler B. I appreciate you, man. Sincerely do. John Wolf with the $5 super chat, man. Thanks. Good evening, Jesse. All he needed to do was address the rumor of Colt and put it to bed. Instead, dude looked like a disgruntled jackass. Hey, John Wolf, I have nothing to add to that, man. I have nothing to add to that. A rumor got out that Punk tried to have Colt Cabana fired. It seemed to really, really, really upset Phil, which tells me it was probably a lie and that someone spreaded it. Now, Punk seems to think that the Bucks started it and spreaded it. I'm not here to say that they did or he didn't, but it seems that Punk believes it for a good reason, I'm guessing, so maybe they did do it. Doesn't mean you should do what you did at that scrum. Doesn't mean that, man. If you just play the game the way it's supposed to be played, then they would be the ones on the fucking shit list and not you. Now you are a problem. You are a locker room cancer now. Fightful is now reporting that the Bucks banged on Punk's door, but he wasn't answering, so they kicked the door in. Oh, Jesus Christ, dude. Jesus Christ, man. I don't, you know, the info just keeps on flowing in, brother. I don't know what to say, man. They were pissed off. They were clearly pissed off, man. And they had enough. The shit got out of control. You know, as EVPs, they also could have de-escalated that and waited and dealt with it in a more diplomatic fashion. But I think at that point it was just too much, man. It was just too much. You know, like Punk said, this is far beyond fixing and everything else. Man. Enrique said, I don't believe the shit kicking in the door. I mean, maybe not. I mean, it's, you know, that's all a part of the pieces that we're getting in it. What is Serena Deeb doing to this poor lady, man? You know, this could have been de-escalated on so many levels. but I think it hit the fan completely when Punk did what he did the second time. The first time what Punk did was get into the ring with a live microphone and air out grievances that he'd been holding in to himself for weeks, just so he can give Hangman a receipt live on TV. I mean, bruh, take care of that shit in the back. No, I'm going to go out and give them a receipt. All right. So you did that. You did that. Fine. Receipt given. Can we get back to work now? Well, now we're at a pay-per-view. His hometown reaction was not what it's supposed to have been. MJF is getting cheered. And now I think he's just completely fed up because now he believes that the rumors that the Bucks supposedly spread it is cutting into his reactions at home. Now he's pissed off. Now he's done with it. Now he wants to air it all out because now I think he's trying to get himself fucking fired, bro. Unfortunately, I think that's what happened because if he's so tired of this shit, and he wants out, he can't just quit. He has a contract, but he can get fired. And I think that was his intention to begin with, to be honest with you, man. Coiled Phoenix with the $5 super chat. Appreciate it. Hey guys, I need your help. I'm going to my first AEW event tomorrow, and I want to ask Sting if he can officiate my wedding. Can anyone please help me? Bro? I don't have Sting in my... Is Sting here? Is Sting over there? There's no Sting. I don't have Sting here, man. I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry. You got to try to reach out to Sting's DMs or his management team, maybe. But congratulations, bro. Congratulations, man. If I had Sting in my back pocket, bro, I would hit him up for you, man. I would. I appreciate you. Thank you so much, Coil Phoenix. Game over, brother, with the $9.99 super chat, man. Appreciate it. If Punk was the first to throw a punch leading to a fight where a chair was thrown and someone being hurt along with police involvement, he should be fired, in my opinion. I agree. If it all went down that way, and I want to make sure I make that clear, my opinions are all based on if the stories are true the way they went down. If this shit is all true, I agree, man. It's unprofessional to say the absolute very least, you know, but and I think the Punk supporters are not really realizing that fact that there was drama before the scrum, but we weren't at this situation that we're at right now. The only reason that we're at this situation right now is because of what Punk did. And that's the part that needs to be addressed, man. Because of what Punk did, that's what got us here. That's how we got to look at it, unfortunately, for right now. The story is still coming in, guys. The story is still flowing in as information comes. You know, I'm refreshing right now, but the story that I heard from what's coming down the pipe, it's gonna be huge. It's gonna be huge. Kevin Page, my man, with the $1.99 super chat. Jesse will officiate for Mindy's cake and side of guac. Today's podcast, guys, sponsored by Mindy's. Guys, if you want to completely embarrass your fucking boss in front of live cameras, make sure you do it with a Mindy's cupcake. That is the most heelish way I've ever seen anyone eat a cupcake in my life. That was fucking amazing, man. That was fucking amazing, bro. But I'm hearing I'm hearing that we'll be getting the answers that we'll be looking for by tomorrow. All right. I'll just leave it like that. I'm not gonna be the fucking leak, man. I'm not gonna be the leak, but we've gotten information like this before, and we've had to just fucking sit on it until it's made public, and we're gonna do the same thing here. You know, I found out about the Santana and Ortiz situation weeks before they fucking broke up, and I just had to sit here and be like, yeah, they'll be fine. And like, no, they won't, man. You know, I found out about a lot. I found out about the Thunder Rosa situation, and I just had to sit here and be like, it's not good, man. It's not good. At the end of the day, even for the ones that enjoy the drama and everything else, at the same time, we also want pro wrestling, man. And unfortunately, no one is talking about All Out the way that they should. The only thing people are concerned about is CM Punk. What CM Punk did, what CM Punk said. That's not the actions of a locker room leader, unfortunately. You know, how do we fix this? I don't think you can. There is nothing that can be done that can make everyone say, "Oh, yeah, we forgot about that media scrum." No. PW Elite Fan 99 with another 1999 super chat. I don't usually watch Dark, but I'm liking Julia Hart's new look, and she seems to be getting better in the ring. PW, first off, thank you, and you can ask all of the weekly regulars here. I've been saying that for weeks, man. I've been saying that very same thing for weeks. She is slowly improving. She is working her gimmick, and they are doing a good job at showing off what she does well and concealing her flaws. So I completely agree with you, man. I completely agree with you. Let's refresh again and see if that news broke yet. Nope, not yet. So, man, bro, what a difference a year makes. Let's just put it like that, right? 1 year ago, we were floating on cloud 9. And at the end of the day, it took CM Punk 1 year. 1 year to implode the AEW locker room, man. Or maybe it was the actions of the elite that finally pissed someone off enough to do what they did at the scrum. Nonetheless, there's no more paradise. There's no more sunshine in paradise, man. There's Ryan, the Chipmunk, with the $5 Canadian super chat. Is Warner Discovery going to renew AEW TV contract? Because after this, it does not look good for TK to try to renew. I think you guys are worrying a little bit too much. All right. TK has not missed any live television shows. All right. He's still producing live TV. Is there backstage drama? Yeah, sure. But they're not losing advertisers. They're still bringing in viewers, and it's still better than NCIS reruns. So I wouldn't worry too much about the TV deal. I would be more worried about talent being willing to flow in and out of the company and work for this company with such a toxic locker room. And I think unless you've assured everyone that you've fixed the locker room issues and it's all water under the bridge and they're ready to move on, not too many people are going to be so willing to go run over and work with AEW. But as long as they're still producing their live TV dates, man, the network probably would not care too much about this. I mean, I'm pretty sure they're going to be, hands-on and eyes-on to make sure this all gets rectified. But I don't think anything has happened to compromise a TV deal as of right now. Not as of right now. Tyler B with the $5 super chat. Jesse, I know that you have info, but do you think the Elite will leave AEW or even be fired over this? Okay, so after I just said that I had information and I heard stuff, thank you for the super chat, man, but I'm not going to answer that. I'm not going to answer that. I don't want it to sound like that I just fucking let the cat out of the fucking bag. So, but I see what you mean. With the, let me see if I can do the best I can to answer this. I cannot see the Elite leaving AEW. Being fired over it, I don't. TK might have more or less, not less, he has everything that we have. He might have more information about all of this than we are aware of. Possibly. But I think, I don't know, there's a lot of Elite to get rid of. I mean, I don't know. I'm trying to stay away from it, man. Because who knows? Who knows? I think the situation has gotten way out of fucking control. And I think it could have been brought to a standstill or better if Punk had not done what he done at the scrum. Punk, it appears Punk has every right in the world to be this angry. If that makes any sense. I understand being this angry, but I don't understand doing what he did in response to his anger in the manner of which he did it. That's just, that just was not a good idea to do. Not a good idea to do. Jesse rates shows with tacos, but yet we never see him eat them. Danny, stay tuned. Stay tuned, bruh. You never know. Ah, man. I appreciate you guys swinging on by, shooting the shit, giving me your opinions. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Enrique Guzman. Thank you, bruh, for the $2 super chat, man. I appreciate it. Punk drops the title to MJF on Dynamite. Punk leaves. Question mark. It's a possibility. They could vacate it if he gets suspended or let go. They could vacate it, hold a tournament. They could have him drop it to MJF. It's very possible, man. We are just going to have to pay attention to the upcoming blockbuster fucking news, man. They're gonna have to wait it out and see. But right now, I'll tell you this much. Right now, the title is the absolute least of Tony Khan's concerns. The least. You know, I'm sorry, bro. If I get to the point where I start leaking info, I will no longer have info to leak ever again. So this is getting very, very, very ugly. To the lights of when this shit starts to hit the fan, you know, more so than it already has. I think a lot of you guys are gonna be shocked by the fallout. I'm already shocked by the fucking fallout, man. I'm already shocked by the fallout. But I can tell you this, everyone involved and everyone that gets any kind of punishment from it, they deserve it because they're all involved in some way, shape, form, or another. You know, but at the end of the day, you know, like Punk said himself on Twitter a while back, you gotta work with your coworkers, man. You know, it's a situation where I can understand loyalty can get involved with decision making. But if you step back as a fan and look at the whole thing from a perspective from afar, just look at it like this. A year ago, the world was happy to see CM Punk come back. 1 year later, CM Punk has absolutely divided the wrestling world. Now, that being said, is that a good thing or a bad thing? To me, it's a completely bad thing. This is not one of those things where controversy creates cash. Controversy can also kill your fucking company at the same time, bruh. You know, it's not a linear path to that. I mean, it's a double-edged sword to say the very least. But at the end of the day, I think Tony Khan is paying CM Punk enough money to not put a big ass fucking bombshell on his desk like this. The public blow up like this could have been avoided by CM Punk. It is not to say that everyone else is innocent in the whole exchange and the whole ordeal, but CM Punk is the reason why it got as bad as it did. And that's what got us to the point where we're at right now, where the punishments are about to come down that I heard about. And boy, oh boy, man. I don't think you guys are really going to be... man. Let me ask you guys this, man. And I want to ask this to any other, if there's any more Punk supporters, like if there's any more CM Punk diehard supporters in this situation, what would you do if you were Tony Khan at the media scrum? And what would you do about the situation after the fact? How would you handle it, man? You get your biggest draw doing what he did and having the entire wrestling world calling you a fucking chump. How do you fix that shit, man? You know, I mean, I'm always one to look at shit like this from an objective standpoint, and I can't within good conscience sit here and say that Punk did everything the right way and the Bucks are all, you know, they're all good. They did everything right. You know, that's no. And not the other way either. If the Young Bucks and Omega would have came out to the fucking scrum and did what Punk did in front of live cameras while Punk was backstage, I'd be saying the exact same thing about the Bucks and Omega. You don't fucking do that in front of the fucking boss. Like, you don't do that shit, dude. You don't do it. That was too much. That part was too much. You had a disagreement with fellow coworkers. That happens. That happens, bro. You will have disagreements with coworkers. That don't mean you can take it out in front of live cameras. That's not the way to do it. You know? Yeah, JD said Nick Housen started all. He's not started all. Punk got to that fucking scrum and started in on Colt Cabana. No one asked him about Colt Cabana. That tells me Punk was already on the brink, man. He was already there. He was already ready to unleash his fucking venom. He was already at pissed off Punk. It was already done. So, man, I mean, how do you manage that? How do you fix that? It appears that they worked themselves to a point where they don't want to fucking fix it. From what we can tell, Punk does not want to fix this situation. From what we can tell, the Bucks don't want to fix this situation. And Ace Steel is hungry. He tried to eat Kenny Omega. What the fuck? Who does this? What the fuck is... That's my first meeting. If I'm Tony Khan. Let's sit down with Ace Steel. Ace, have a seat, bro. Have a seat, Ace. Ace, bruh. did you get enough to eat this afternoon? Because we cannot be feeding you Kenny Omega and catering, bro. And I know your name is Ace Steel. I know your name is Ace Steel. But you can't throw steel chairs at Nick Jackson, bro. You can't do that. You can't do that. If you look at the clause in your contract, Ace, if you look at clause in Article 4, Section 3, it specifically says, do not eat Kenny Omega. Do not throw chairs at Nick Jackson. It's clearly laid out for you. You can't do that, bro. So Ace Steel is gone. He is the least valuable entity in this discussion. Ace Steel is he got hungry, he needed a snack, and he tried to eat Kenny Omega. Now, I've been pretty angry in my day, but not once did I try to eat fucking Kenny Omega, man. If that story is true, and it seems like it must be true because it seems to be growing legs and running, and I don't see too many people refuting it. You can't do that, man. I don't think Punk wants to be there anymore. I think Punk got fed up with all of the fucking locker room drama and all of the fucking talk. I think Punk got fed up and he decided he wanted out, but he could not just up and quit. He would have to get fired. He knows that TK is a big fucking stan and he wouldn't fire him for just no reason or something petty. So I think Punk did everything he could to get fired, to get out, because I think he's unhappy working back there with the people he has to work with. Hence I work with children and you're trying to middle your top guy and everything else. That sounds like a man that's done. That sounds like a man that's done and he wants out. And this was the best way he can come up with it. He told Ace, you got to help me get fired, bro. Ace said, what do you want me to do? Fucking eat Kenny Omega, bro. What? Do something. Ace Steel, the guy who trained CM Punk, bit Kenny Omega. What? No, man. Jesus Christ. Tastes like chicken. Jen, you need to quit playing. You need to quit playing. You need to quit playing. So, when your best friend starts eating Kenny Omega, I think it's time to reevaluate what we're doing here. Your best friend tried to eat Kenny Omega. Well, the Bucks started a rumor about me. Bruh. Again, if someone slashed your tires, bruh, you can't shoot him in the face and say he started it. Bruh, you can't, bruh. No, man. Well, they came to my locker room, so I threw a chair at them. No. You just suspended Eddie Kingston for 2 weeks for taking a swing at Sammy Guevara. Ace Steel just tried to eat somebody. Then he threw his last name at Nick Jackson. You can't throw steel chairs, bro. This is not in the ring. I was waiting to hear about a referee bump in the back. Ace Steel bit Omega. Ace Steel threw a chair. Aubrey Edwards got knocked to the ground. In came Bryce Rinsberg. Bro, what the fuck is going on here? Security came out of nowhere to break it all up. Lawsuits, police. Bro, what the fuck is going on back there, man? It looks like the match that happened in Punk's locker room was better than the fucking main event. Who booked that shit, man? Did Ace get a copy of next week's fucking match and he thought he was going to rehearse this shit in the back right now? Bruh. Let me refresh. Check the news. See if anybody broke anything. We got NXT in 5 minutes, man. I'll let you guys. I'm not watching NXT. Don't even think for a fucking minute. I'm not watching NXT, bro. WWE is not reaching that much goodwill with me just yet. Not yet. Nothing yet. Nothing yet. Punk connected with more punches to Matt than all his UFC matches. Yeah, I heard that joke already. Man. What do you guys think, man? What do you guys think? Any hot takes? Anything I'm missing? Anything I'm missing, man? Because, I mean, me and JD, we kind of saw this coming. The minute that TK decided he was going to take on all of the creative direction in the company by himself. He's going to take over ROH. He's going to do Rampage. He's going to do Dynamite. He's going to do Dark. Everything is going to go through him. We said it right then and there. We said, hey, if you don't fucking delegate, man, you're going to get fucking overwhelmed. And sure as shit, he fucking hired someone that dismantled his locker room. WWE said it too. They said AEW has CM Punk. Well, he's their problem now. And it took them a little over a year. It took CM Punk a little over a year to destroy the very company that the wrestling fans love to see come up. Everyone, no, not everyone, but a lot of the fans were very happy to see AEW emerge because they were really frustrated with the booking of WWE. And here we are now. WWE is doing great. AEW, not so much. You know, there was always early comparisons of AEW to WCW, and they were a little, you know, they were a little early. They were a little premature. But looking at how things are developing right now, can you call them wrong? AEW is imploding from the inside out. Isn't that exactly how WCW started its decline? Think about it, man. Guys, thanks for being here tonight. I sincerely appreciate it, man. This is fun, man. It's therapeutic for me. Because I'm as a Punk fan, it's frustrating. As a wrestling fan, it's frustrating. You know, I expect more from my EVPs. I expect more from my booker. And I expect more from CM Punk. Guys, thank you so much. What a fucking show. What a weekend in wrestling, man. My name is Jesse, a.k.a. your very own one and only Chitown Smark. Guys, follow me at Chitown Smark. If you have not already, like, subscribe to this very channel. And we're going to get back into more discussions about this, man, because unfortunately, I know how this is going to end, and you guys are going to be a little shocked, man. See you guys tomorrow on JD's channel for the Dynamite review.